What it do? What it do? What the business is? It's your boy Johnny Bonanno. Back with another episode. I told you 2022 is coming. It's official. Um, Give a little quick short line, then we're gonna jump right into it. This is Smalls Part 2, wrongfully convicted for a crime he didn't commit. We just gonna pull up a video. I want y'all to check out when I went and did my research with the help of his auntie. We went digging in to really look at to see what was happening and to get some real answers of why this shit was getting pushed up under the rug. And so a year later, after he's already convicted, they wanted him to take 5 years for the crime he didn't commit. He didn't take the 5 years, he took it to trial. They added 17 years to it. So he ended up getting a 22 to like 40 sentence and ended up doing 23 years and 11 months and some days. So what we're gonna jump into today, I'm gonna play a video dealing with justice for Jeff, dealing with the court system, even the guy coming up talking about it himself, and a few other eyewitnesses in the case that had told the truth, basically saying it wasn't Jeff, and then you have someone coming forward basically saying that they committed this crime. But then you'll pay attention to the end to what the young white lady is saying. Basically she's saying he didn't do it, but since he didn't do it, we're going to lock him up anyways for the goddamn crime because of what was going on in the inner city streets of Kalamazoo at that time. The police was trying to make a stance on the street of Woodbury, and whoever us young black men was the target. And the word around town was they was going to make an example out of the Woodbury players. Convicted them and given them long penitentiary times. So that was the word around the streets. But I'm gonna stay. We're gonna get straight to it. Then I'm gonna talk a little bit about it, and y'all just leave a comment. Most importantly, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. You see down at the bottom of the screen, Cash App Smalls at $ capital JDF 800. My brother's home from 24 years. You might say 24 years of being in prison. He has done more time behind a prison wall than he has walked this earth. Remember, he went in at 17, 18 years old, coming out as a 42-year-old man. So any support is well benefited and well helped, and he would greatly appreciate that from Urban Leadership, Real Life, Real Talk, Go Get Her TV. So we're gonna jump straight into this hookup. Pay attention.
Was the one who tried to kill Jermaine Benson. That's because the weapon used was recovered, and the victim told an officer just moments after he was shot that the guys next door did it. But that's where the different story starts. It was 12:30 in the morning on Woodbury Avenue in Kalamazoo, January 26, 1998.
We hear
5 shots, 1 victim. 3 possible suspects ran from police.
They were trying to get away from the police because they knew there was a shooting and that they would try to plan on them.
The crime weapon was recovered. A sawed-off shotgun found along the path Lorenzo Brown took to escape authorities. But it was his cousin, Jeffrey Fry, who was convicted of the attempted murder of Jermaine Benson.
And he looked at me and he said, "Mama, I didn't do it." He said, "I didn't do it."
3 eyewitnesses, including Tawana Fullerton, say there was no possible way that Jeffrey Fry fired that gun.
We heard some shots and everybody dug down. He was sitting in the driver's seat, and I was sitting right behind him in the back seat.
Fullerton claims she was with Fry a few houses away smoking.
I'm going to pause it real quick, TV land, and just say this, may Tawana Fuller rest in peace as fam. We all grew up in the same neighborhood. And just to stop right there, because she's not here to defend herself, even talk about it. But What they stating is true. She was sitting in a car smoking weed with him. Shit went down. Something happened. He ended up getting in the car, and little bro ended up taking off, looking out. So just keep looking into this.
Caught in a car with some of their friends. She was subpoenaed to testify in the trial, but she never showed. Neighbor Alan Snell was never interviewed by police or asked to testify, but he says he saw the shooter.
I was standing out there on the porch, with my porch in the door. And the guy did the shooting. He was taller than Jeff, bigger than Jeff from the shoulders. It happened right here.
Now, Mr. Snell. Mr. Snell knew all of us. He knew the shooter. He knew Smalls. He grew up right across the street from them young men, watched them born and raised come out their mama wombs. So he know who was who. Okay. But back to fam, she didn't show up to court. That didn't help out little bro right there. We need that. We need you in the courtroom to tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? The police never went across the street to talk to Mr. Snell. Come on, police. It's a small block. It's less than 15 houses on that block. Shit, 10 houses on that block. You supposed to go to everybody's house on the block. But that was the thing back then. They was trying to make an example out of Woodbury. This little block right here made hundreds of thousands of dollars. Sorry to say. And if you was born and raised on it, connected to them people who lived over there, you had access to get into a bag. No lie. But at the same time, it wasn't us out there shoot 'em up, bang, bang. It was some other stuff into it. But the example had to be made out of us. So right here, what y'all catching is people telling y'all that he didn't do it. Now, the thing is, yeah, you're saying this on TV, but did we get people actually in the courtroom to testify on his behalf? That's what we're looking for.
The third eyewitness
Right here where we're standing at.
was Damian Bates, who was standing right beside Benson when he was shot. Did you know it was Darlene Brown?
Yes. He said that, he ain't like the guy. He didn't get into no other detail. He said he was going to hurt him. I didn't think he was going to, resort to that, but.
In the trial, Bates testified that he knew the shooter wasn't Fry. The only person who identified Fry as the shooter was the victim, Jermaine Benson, who picked Fry out of a photo lineup. But during the I-Team investigation of this case, police admitted that Benson was never even shown a picture of Darlenzo Brown. Now, Benson is nowhere to be found. There were no fingerprints on the shotgun, and police did not test any of the men's clothing for gunpowder. Fry was sentenced to 22 to 30 years in prison. While this was all happening in a Kalamazoo County courtroom, his cousin Darlenzo was on the run.
And when they handed down that sentence, it was right after that, Darlenzo came. And then he was like, I need to tell y'all something. He was like, Jeff didn't do it, I did it.
My name Darlenzo Brown. I shot Jermaine Benson outside on Woodbury.
A new and unexpected twist. Brown admits to the shooting using a home video camera to tape a confession, claiming he shot Benson in self-defense.
Justice to them is dead people. Dead.
This is where I gotta come in at. This person, part of the prosecuting team. Listen to what she's saying, y'all. Our justice is to hurt people. Okay, we come from a town predominantly white people. Is probably 83% white people, 12% black people, and the rest minority. Especially at this time, you can say it's really 80-20. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a small population, small pocket of us, north side, east side, some on the south side. But when I remember growing up, everybody wasn't shooting. We could get down and scrap and want to fight and do all this and that. But what she's pertaining is like what Hillary Clinton was calling the super predators. This is the mentality of them. Okay, you got to remember this is when Joe Biden and their crew is already on that crime bill. They well maybe good 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years into the crime bill, and us as American Indians are being imprisoned. Us and the Latins, well, we're all American Indians. We all been in prison, and so the mentality of these white folks is that he committed the crime and he's out here to commit hurt and harm and it can't just be it's him, it's just him, because that's all we hearing on the streets is this name here. That's a lie. Listen to what they just said. When they got the shotgun, what did they do? What did they do? Was no fingerprints on the gun. 2, when they arrested Jeff, they arrested Jeff that day, not too long after that. He arrested 3 people that day. Okay? It was all in that car. And they did not check gun residue for nobody. It's another mistake of the police department. But then they want to throw 5 years at somebody. Listen to me what I'm saying, y'all. They threw 5 years at him and wanted him to take the plea of attempt murder for 5 years. He takes it to trial. And they add 17 years to it for a crime he didn't commit. Because the shit gets way deeper than that, man. You know, and he'll be on the platform tonight. If not tonight, first thing tomorrow, we'll be on the platform to let him start sharing his story, man, because from what I was told, I missed the brunch the other day. And he shared this video right here that I'm showing y'all with the group of men and young men that was there. Because everything right now and what he's fighting for is to clear his name. He didn't commit the crime, y'all. You got people telling y'all who did it, but we know in the world of this world of law, you got to show up in the courtroom to help out the goddamn case. But also, the police need to do thorough inspections and checkouts, because word on the street, got a phone call from Silent Observer. Send the paperwork. Come on, y'all. So it makes sense to us. You know, all he wants to do is clear his name. Man, to walk down 24 years. They still want him to do parole, which he shouldn't have to do. But how loud we got to get, we going to get loud and get down to this and support my bro on this mission. So I want y'all to just listen to her and her BS and what she said. And this is what really pissed me off with this video right here, man. It's this person right here and what she thinks she has, but real deep down inside, she knows she fucked up. A little technical difficulty. Got like
Arrival. Prosecutors say the shootings may have been part of a battle for turf, that Benson was from Chicago, and that the shootings between the two groups were not uncommon.
I felt that not just my life, but the life of everybody and every one of my friends that was out there that night was in danger.
Lorenzo Brown's confession is false. He took a lie detector test and he failed it.
Assistant prosecuting attorney Heather Drake says Brown is lying, and a polygraph test confirmed her suspicion.
It's definitely a ploy. It's definitely a ploy. We have strong evidence that supports Jeffrey Frye's conviction. We definitely believe we have the right man. We know we have the right man.
But a juror from the Fry trial who was asked to remain anonymous says the confession is powerful enough to make her question if the wrong person is behind bars.
And I would think it would make the prosecutors question somewhat too, that enough that they would want to reinvestigate this case.
From prison, Jeffrey Fry told us he hopes a judge will give him another chance too, the chance to prove he's innocent and wrongfully accused.
I've been here for something I didn't do. And for 22 to 30 years, for something you didn't do, it seems like I'm bound to float.
Prosecutor Jim Greger says that if they let Fry go, the law of double jeopardy will prevent them from ever trying him again for the same crime. In fact, if Darlenzo Brown was ever charged with the shooting based on his confession, Fry could then testify that he did it to get Brown off the hook. Judge Richardson Johnson is expected to make a decision on the motion for a new trial in the next 2 weeks. Diane,
So where is Darlenzo Brown right now?
Darlenzo Brown right now is in prison for a drug-related offense, and he could stay behind bars for somewhere between 2 and 20 years for that conviction.
Wow, an interesting and convoluted case. We'll look forward to you following it for us. Thanks, Wendy.
Hey y'all, this the funny shit though, man. That he can get out and say, "Oh yeah, I actually did it, but I'm out now." Woman, what motherfucker? Okay, I'm not gonna even curse because it just upsets me, because when you grow up with somebody and you getting money with them, and we living life as youngsters. We youngsters doing what we doing. You know what I'm saying? At this peak, shit, my baby was eating. Feel me? But for this system to and I know y'all in the comments y'all gonna leave it. Yes, they family. Yes, they family. Yes, they are first cousins. Yeah, true. Why is the statement coming later? We'll get in all in that with Jeff. We'll let Jeff Smalls get on here and let him talk his talk. My job right now is to get y'all an outlook on what happened, what took place. The next video, really not a video, it's more so I'm in the studio one day. I sent this video to him about 10, 11 years ago. I'm in the studio and he called. So I'm like, shit, nigga, I'm finna jump, you know what I'm saying? We got so much time left, I'm finna jump you on here, you know what I'm saying? I edited, I got more, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna come out later, but I'm gonna play this little piece to see y'all what he talking about in this real nigga shit. And if you can't feel it, that's your fault, but you know, this my baby just sharing his story while he's sitting down, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all hear this and see what's going Yeah, man. It's my baby, man. You know what I'm saying? North side is for life, man. It's shit. Especially, I understand the 90s shit is money out here. Niggas was getting to it. We was teenagers. Teenagers getting to it, man. You know what I'm saying? Living life, doing what we wanted to do, teenagers. That was real. Talking about niggas jumped off the porch 89, 90, 91, 92. It's a crew of us. You know what I'm saying? So me and my homeboy, Bebo, they cousins, shit, we jumped off the porch 15, 1990. Got to it. Freshmen in high school. Fuck it. That was the sad part about it. The street life will fuck up an athlete career because a nigga want that money now. But y'all just heard him. Y'all just heard him. You know, your man's locked down. Take care of your man's while he gone. You got a lot of them not coming home. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to share that with y'all because tonight we gonna jump in it with him and get a little bit deeper into his mind and the things that he want to do. I do have a few things set up for him in the near future. Is for him, he wanted to create a support group to where the young kids in the community who's going through these issues, who thinking that it's all cool and big and bad to be Billy Badass out here, and he finna give you insight on the game from a man who entered as a kid and came out as a man. You know what I'm saying? And his biggest thing and what he want to give back is knowledge to these young kids that ain't the life. You 15, 16, 17, he went in as 17, 18-year-old. That ain't it, man. That ain't it. And so he want to stop a lot of young brothers from making that decision. So this Sunday, January 9th, at Exclusive Barbershop and Salon, we partnered up with them guys to bring this platform for Jeffrey Fry to start sharing his information. The man, the principal, want to start speaking and giving back. It's a limited space, so we is saying, you know, maybe the first 15, 20 people that come there will be allowed in. It will be streamed live. He's coming to tell his story. There will be time for Q&A, questions and answers. We will have beverages and food there for the kids and the young men that's coming. Once again, this is a support group to where it will be done more. It will be done more than once. We want to really attack the youth in Kalamazoo City to change their mindsets, to focus more on becoming entrepreneurs, educators, scientists, mathematicians. Even if you jump into trades, become a plumber, electrician, a carpenter. It's time to change these kids' mindset and to look at something better than going to prison and making $30 a month. That's what you're gonna hear from him. Or you gotta work and you only gonna make $30 a month in prison compared to making $4,000 or $5,000 a month owning your own business. So this is the whole reasoning for this real life, real talk platform to give a little bro the support he need, because for him it's gonna be more of a therapy. For a lot of us that we're going to bring on board, it's going to be more of a therapy where they need to release this and talk about it. I have my own stories. And on this platform, I will start sharing my stories. But right now, it's about me building out my little bro. Like I say, you see at the bottom, Cash App Smalls at $ JDF 800. Send my bro some love. It is what it is. I appreciate y'all. I'm setting up interviews for this month. For to get to work. Look out for my youth football program, Kalamazoo Vikings. Be back on here to share that information because I got to get that out there. We doing 7-on-7 and we starting the season early in equipment. Got to get the parents on board. But also, we're doing a Stop the Violence basketball tournament. Jeffrey Fry be speaking at at that event, also probably in between the games, just give a quick talk, have a large crowd to where you just want to give a shout out. And if we have any kids in place, the message is really for the kids. So any parent, male, female, who just keeping it real, who having hard times with their teenager, um, um, this would be a great time to get them in the arena with us to let us start giving him a whole different mindset and an outlook on life. When we dealing with a real person who have just came home from a real situation, there's no need to talk about me or the next guy who been out here living. It's not time for that. It's time for the real to be real. If we gonna make a change, you know, my story means something for a group of people who hurt mentally and have pain in that way. This is for these young kids who out here in these streets and think that it's cool to shoot them up, bang, bang, and do every other thing. No, we trying to save them. It's these babies we got to save. This whole generation behind my son and hit my grandkids. That generation we trying to save. To now the prison system ain't getting 4, 5, 600,000 young black, young American Indians to lock up because now we woke up. We ain't waking up. We woke up. Knowledge is the key, so it's time to, you know what I mean? So salute. Check y'all out. Make sure y'all cash app. Y'all see this. Subscribe, like, hit the notification button. Send that cash out to my bro. Y'all see it at the bottom of the replay. It's all about looking out for my baby. That's my baby, man. I love that boy. I'm gonna leave on this note. When we walked in, and he said, "Bro, I done did more years behind the wall than I walked this earth." That's some real shit right there, y'all. And I know a lot of y'all know people like that. Someone close like that. What did you do when they get out? 23 years, and he been gone 2 decades, and this town looked totally different than what it used to. So he need people here to help him out, adjust to get woo woo. So that's what the support group is about. That's what his podcast would be about. So be looking out for that. But I say tonight, not tonight, because I know he like to lay it down early. First thing tomorrow, we'll get him on the mail. Well, not first thing tomorrow, it'll be later tomorrow also. But we're gonna get him on the platform. He ready to go, and he know what it is. So salute to y'all. Go get her TV. Like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm out.